Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski, I'm a chief analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is daily analytical report. So let's start with the calendar because this week, this day, Wednesday, is very busy. Look at this, the calendar is packed. So already we had industrial production from China, which came better than expectations, but retail sales came worse than expectations. We got GDP from Germany, which came lower than expectations, which is quite surprisingly, not because it came lower, but usually the data from Germany or from whole Eurozone are in line with expectations. So it's not like that, like in UK or in US, that there are big differences. Usually we have data as expected. In UK, we will have data in 29 minutes, inflation and retail sales. So definitely super important day for the British pound. Things can get serious there. We can get very directional movements. In 1 hour, industrial production and GDP from Eurozone, also super important. And in 4.5 hours, inflation, CPI from US. So if this is not the most important day in this week, then I don't know which one is. Really huge volatility expected on major pairs on the market. With that being said, we need to check the charts. So yesterday we started to analyze the charts from the very beginning, and we got those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 instruments on the radar so far, and let's analyze them, and then we will focus on the new ones. So what is happening here is euro-dollar, as expected, tested this broken resistance as a closest support. So euro-dollar recently broke 113, which was a psychological support, psychological barrier. After the breakout, we got a downswing, then a reversal aimed 113. And then we got a bounce. What is happening here now is that the price is still creating a flag formation or a wedge. As long as we are above the wedge, above the upper line of the wedge, the second test of the 113 is very probable. Right? We got a first reaction on this resistance, it's negative, fair enough. But we may be getting the second test really soon. It's really uncommon for the price to test a certain level only once. Levels are being tested 2 or 3 times, really. In my opinion, what we should get here is a bounce from this line, second test of this resistance, and then a breakout. And that will be a strong sell signal. So the second test of this 113 resistance will be a strong buy signal. Why this wasn't important? Because the price went above 113, but overnight, during the low liquidity, when American traders are not trading, European traders are not trading, so this movement was not technically relevant. Now I'm gonna show you interesting setup. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. This is super interesting. What is happening here is we have a symmetric triangle. Okay, fair enough, nothing surprising here. But the symmetric triangle is inside of another symmetric triangle. And this is when the situation gets interesting. So trading now, I would say no thank you. Because we are in the middle of the sideways trend So if there is a worse place, I actually cannot think about the worst place to trade, to being inside of the sideways trend, like in the middle. Because here the price can go up or down, and it's 50-50%. So it's not about, that's not trading when you're trying to guess if the price will go up or down. You need to trade on the probabilities, not possibilities. Everything is possible, not everything is probable. And the proper trading is done on the probabilities. And inside of this triangle, it's probable for the price to go up or down. But it's getting interesting here, because we are very close to the support. And breakout of the lower line of the triangle and this horizontal support here, so the price getting to this red area, that will be a significant signal to go short. And escape from this symmetric triangle can give us movement towards the lower line of this triangle, which makes an awesome trade in terms of the risk to reward ratio. Because if you would sell here with a stop loss, let's say on 30 pips even, you can get movement for 240 pips. So the potential profit is more than 7 times bigger than the potential loss, 6 times bigger than the potential loss. 7, sorry. Yes, almost 8. And this can be a really great opportunity, but you just need to be patient. And trading is all about being patient, right? So keep your eye on this. In the meantime, I want to show you WTI. This is really huge. So we had this drop since the beginning of October, correction. I even deleted those lines because the movement accelerated and those small flags do not matter anymore. Yesterday was really like, if we think this was huge and this was triggered by Donald Trump, if you think that this was huge, then this one was even bigger. Here Donald Trump said that OPEC should not cut the production. But look at the movement from yesterday. Boom! That was huge. So now, what is happening now? Well, in the meantime, the price was reaching certain supports, like 38.2, which was really important because we had a support here, and 38.2 is also important. We got 50, resistance, support. Resulted as a bounce here, 38.2 in the intraday trading respected, 50% in intraday trading respected, but the most important one is now 61.8. Apart from the fact that it's 61.8, it's also resistance, support here, historically. End of 2016, beginning of 2017. So this is huge. There is this resistance. If not reversal, this level can trigger at least a take profit action and a correction. And the correction can aim 50% of the 38.2. So this is my outlook on the WTI oil. But after this drop, we should get some kind of a correction. Is that a reversal pattern? No, there is no reversal pattern whatsoever. So my, let's say, anticipation of the correction is based only on the fact that we are extremely oversold and we met a horizontal support. But as a price action trader, I need to be respectful for the price action. So far, there is no price action indicating that this support will be respected. There is only a pause above this support, but it does not mean a potential reversal. There is no bullish pattern whatsoever. This pause here shows us that traders are just taking a break before another leg down. So, WTI, no bullish pattern whatsoever. No potential reversal, just a small idea that this reversal, this correction can happen. All right, Let's move to the instrument. These were the instruments from the trading sniper video. Let's move further. So on gold, the lower line of the flag was respected as anticipated. Breakout of this line will bring us a strong sell signal. This is currently the scenario. As I said, even despite my huge sentiment for gold, it will be hard to recover from this technical situation. What I'm seeing here is a chance for a bounce from this lower line of the flag, but then we should aim at this blue area, and eventually this line should be broken. Well, it is based in a large part from the breakout, from the strength of the dollar, right? So stronger dollar is negatively influencing the situation on gold. American dollar to Swiss franc, here upswing flag. It should result with an upswing, but the buyers are struggling. What I see here is a chance for a drop, breakout of the gray line, and the price closing below the gray line will be a significant signal to go short. Australian dollar to Japanese yen, upswing, correction, breakout of the upper line of the flag. We also should see a continuation of the upswing, but also the price can break 38.2, create a right shoulder of the head and shoulder pattern, and that will result with a further drop. I would love to see the drop because the potential profit is here, so it makes it a good risk to reward ratio. Australian dollar to American dollar. Here the price was trying to create this right shoulder of the inverse head and shoulder pattern. This is precisely what we are expecting. So we are somewhere here and we anticipated an upswing and a correction. So far it's happening. We'll see if we'll have a bounce from this line. Here it resulted with a bounce. Maybe we'll have another test. We'll see what will happen, right? But so far it is going according to the plan. Euro to Australian dollar. This horizontal support is respected. Fibonacci not so much. In the longer term, well, what can I say about this? Breakout of the yellow line will open us a way towards the lower gray line. So far, I don't see any good signal. Euro to Canadian dollar, I was waiting for the breakout to the downside from this rectangle. The breakout happened to the upside, which is quite surprising, but it does not change much. The price is still in a descending triangle mode. So we have a horizontal support, and every single bounce from this support is smaller, which indicates that eventually the support should be broken. Euro to Swiss franc, downswing, correction, which happened on a horizontal support. That's pretty normal. Nobody should be surprised here. There is this Fibos, and as you can see, 23.6 and 38.2 are respected. Let me just change the color. Okay, yes. As long as we stay below the 38.2, the sentiment is more negative here. Euro to New Zealand dollar. Also, this downtrend is very similar to this one on oil because it's like drop from the beginning of the month without any stops, accelerated recently on oil. Euro to New Zealand dollar, boom. We reached this horizontal support here as expected after the price broke those supports. Unfortunately, I didn't trade it. That was an awesome occasion. British pound to Swiss franc. Here I was waiting for this evening star pattern, but as you can see, the price is pushing higher. We'll see where it will go. I will just leave it because we have this data. Weaker data for the British pound can give us, at the end of the week, can give us a evening star pattern. And a cable Cable is locked inside of the triangle, also not the best place to trade, but maybe today's trading will show us a direction. So as you can see, no major movements, at least here. We have a good situation on euro dollar, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, potentially on oil, but on the other instruments not so much. So let's analyze the rest of the market, those instruments that were left from yesterday. So New Zealand dollar to Canadian dollar is the first one. That is pretty impressive upswing, but for me it's not a trading signal, because after such movements, well, even if we go long, and you should go long, you can get caught in a correction, then your stop loss can be taken, and then the price will reverse. So that's not the best place to trade. The same goes with New Zealand dollar to Swiss franc. Well, from the technical point of view, coming back above the support is a buy signal. So one should buy, but at the same time we are very close to the major resistance. As you can see, we are exactly in the middle between horizontal support and dynamic resistance. And this is the worst place to be, because the price can go down and bounce or up and bounce. So no, as I said, the probability of an upswing and downswing is equal, and that's the situation where you should avoid trading. New Zealand dollar to Japanese yen. After the breakout of this red line, we got a buy signal. That's the first aim. We should get there, but we will see if we will. New Zealand dollar to American dollar. Let me remove the old lines from here. The price is aiming. As you can see, like, currencies from antipodes, especially New Zealand dollar, is super strong recently. Even on the pair with dollar, we have a movement, we have an upswing. We reached first important resistance here. This is the green line. It was a support in May 2017, and in November 2017, then a resistance here. So this is definitely the interesting place for the price. Also, do not forget this support. So we are in the middle between important support and important resistance. Again, it's not the best place to trade. Breakout of the green line, buy signal. Breakout of the red line, sell signal. Just from the curiosity, let's check Fibos. 38.2. We are on 38.2. So yeah, that can be negative situation here. American dollar to Canadian dollar. Let's clear this chart first. So we are playing this scenario, and by this scenario I mean the breakout of this line, and this line gives us a buy signal, especially that we defended that as a support. Also we are playing this scenario, so a flag, breakout, upswing. With that being said, American dollar to Canadian dollar gives us a buy signal as long as we stay above this horizontal red line. American dollar to Swiss franc. Important resistance. Upswing, correction, upswing, correction, upswing. That is positive, but I wouldn't enter here because of, again, the risk to reward ratio. But if you consider the weekly chart, which I'm showing you right now, left shoulder, head and right shoulder. Price closing a week above this area. That will be an important signal to go long, like a super long term. So let's leave it. American dollar to Japanese yen. That's a super important resistance which got broken recently. In theory, we should have a buy signal, but buying just below important horizontal resistance is not the best idea on the record. So I would be genuinely scared to do this. But the price closing a day and a week above the red area, that will be a strong buy signal. American dollar to Russian ruble, let's check this one out. So we had a bounce from this support. Well, this is negative for the ruble, positive for the American dollar. We do have high chances for a further upswing. Well, dropping price of the oil, strengthening of the American dollar is not helping here for sure. So that is a negative situation for the ruble, positive for the American dollar, double bottom formation. We should see the movement higher. And now silver, we already had gold. Let's check the smaller brother silver. Well, silver already lost it. Gold is still fighting, but silver already made a choice. So there is this downswing correction. We already broke the support of this correction, and that gives us a new sell signal. So silver is in a much worse situation than gold from the technical point of view. Now let's go to indexes, DAX. First short-term situation. There was a chance for reversal, left shoulder, head and the right shoulder. The chance was wasted because the price did not manage to break this neckline. There was a big stake here because the price was about to test this recent neckline, which was broken here in the middle of October. They did not manage to break this neckline, to test this neckline. So the overall sentiment for DAX is negative. Let's check S&P 500. Resistance here. See guys, that's what we were expecting. Look. This movement, right? Was more or less the same as this one. More or less, it's not a pharmacy. Also, it got quickly stopped and the price reversed higher than 61.8. Here, it got reversed and the price went slightly above 61.8. But then, second leg of the drop came. Here, second leg of the drop is coming. So this is definitely a negative situation here. Well, from this we can get a major inverse head and shoulder pattern. But the thing is that, okay, fair enough, it may happen, but the proper buy signal will be triggered only when the price will climb above 61.8. Before that, it should not happen. Interestingly, we have a recession looming over the markets, but gold is not climbing higher. So gold is not behaving like it was before, that it's a safe haven asset when we are about to get a bigger correction on stocks, which is pretty interesting, and I want to see where is that coming. Where is that about to lead us? Next instrument is dollar index. On dollar index, what do we have on dollar index is 2 days ago we had new highs. Horizontal resistance. The price is just making higher highs and higher lows. Typical uptrend, typical channel up formation. So most probably this movement will be continued. And also Bitcoin. The major situation here is this downtrend line. We were pushed outside of this downtrend line, but it does not mean anything because you need to see the breakout. What is happening is the price is being locked inside of the symmetric, inside of the rectangle, upswing, downswing, upswing, downswing, upswing. No major news. A breakout of the upper line should give us a buy signal, so breakout of this upper blue line should bring us a buy signal. Breakout of the yellow support should bring us a sell signal. So that's the situation on Bitcoin. Let me quickly recap the situation for you. So euro dollar, most probably long-term sell, but we need to finally deal with this resistance first. Here I would love to see the bearish breakout of the support. That would be sell. Oil, as we said, 61.8 is triggering us bullish take profit action, but the main sentiment is negative, obviously. Gold, breakout of the red line will bring us a new sell signal. Australian dollar to Swiss franc, breakout of the gray area, sell signal. Australian dollar to Japanese yen, breakout of the gray area, sell signal. Australian dollar to American dollar, breakout of the gray area, buy signal. Breakout of the upper gray area, buy signal. So here sell, here buy. Euro to Australian dollar, nothing. Euro to Canadian dollar, nothing. But in general, we should see the test of the gray area. Euro to Swiss franc, as long as we stay below 38.2, that's a sell. Euro to New Zealand dollar, nothing. British pound to Swiss franc, I'm waiting for the bearish evening star. Cable, nothing. New Zealand dollar to American dollar, nothing. American dollar to Swiss franc, rather buy. American dollar to Japanese yen, nothing as for now. American dollar, Russian ruble, that's a long-term buy. Silver, long-term sell. DAX, that's sell. S&P 500, that's sell. When the price will come above here, that's gonna be buy. And Bitcoin waiting for the volatility to come back on the markets. Breakout of the yellow line, that's sell. Breakout of the blue line, that's buy. So guys, thanks very much for watching Daily Analytical Report. I hope you enjoyed that, and follow us on our Twitter account and our website alpari.news. All the best, and see you in a bit on our webinar about MetaTrader 4.